With January already coming to a close, I wanted to take a look at the top 10 games releasing in February of 2023. This is of course only my opinion, so if you're excited for a game that you believe should be higher or lower on this list, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you could leave a like and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm on the road to get 50 subs by the time the first game on this list releases. So without further ado, the top 10 games coming in February of 2023. So I'm cheating a little bit to start off here, but for numbers 10 and 9 we have the release of PSVR 2 and the absolute stack of games releasing alongside it. Upon its release, there will be 30 plus games added to the platform within the first month alone. Some of the highlights to this list include After the Fall, Pistol Whip, Resident Evil Village VR, Creed Rise to Glory, Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Call of the Mountain, and so much more. If you're planning on picking up a PSVR 2 when it goes live, you better hope that you saved a little bit more money for all the games coming alongside it. However, a little bit of a personal recommendation, but if you're into multiplayer FPS games, definitely take a look at Pavlov. It's a great game that has a fantastic community. Also, it's one of the better first-person shooters out in VR. The PSVR 2 is set to release on February 22nd and will work only alongside the PS5. Moving on to a single game for number 8 this time, we have Octopath Traveler 2. Square Enix is back again with a new entry into the Octopath Traveler series with a sequel to the original. Octopath Traveler 2 is a JRPG with beautiful self-described HD 2D graphics that are a fusion of retro pixel art and 3D CG. The game's story takes place in Solista, where diverse cultures flourish and you could sail the seas to every corner of the world. They have stated that familiar mechanics from the original game have been preserved, like the freedom to develop your traveler's jobs and skills among other features. Octopath Traveler 2 is dropping on February 24th to PC, Switch, PS4, and PS5. Our 7th spot on the list goes to Company of Heroes 3, and I'm leaning on more the optimistic side of things for Company of Heroes 3, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the RTS genre. COH 3 is pledging to be bigger and better than its predecessor, with intense World War II combat surrounding the Mediterranean theater. There are plenty of different ways to attack each encounter. Try attacking head-on, flanking, and more in maps ranging from coastal towns to desert plains to mountainous heights. It also looks as though there will be multiplayer to try out at launch with 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, and 4v4 matches. Company of Heroes 3 will be releasing on PC on February 23rd, and to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S later this year. Following up with number 6 is Deliver Us Mars. Deliver Us Mars is a sequel to the studio's previous game, Deliver Us the Moon. Deliver Us Mars is said to be an atmospheric sci-fi adventure offering an immersive astronaut experience. Explore new frontiers on a suspense-fueled high-stakes mission to recover the Ark colony ships stolen by the mysterious Outward. From what we know so far, this looks to be a fantastic cinematic single-player game with different elements of gameplay as you journey your way off of Earth and through the surface of Mars. Deliver Us Mars is actually not too far away as it's releasing to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on February 2nd. For more of a creepy twist on things comes number 5, Sons of the Forest. Sons of the Forest is a sequel to the original survival horror game that was The Forest, and looks to build upon some of the elements that made the first game so great. This time around, you're said to be sent on a mission to find a missing billionaire on a remote island, and you end up finding yourself in a cannibal-infested hellscape. Like the first game, it looks like there's co-op, building and crafting, and actually the introduction to seasons to this game. Sons of the Forest will release on February 23rd to PC, and I assume it'll come to consoles in the future. So now we're more than halfway through our list, and for number 4, I have Kerbal Space Program 2. Seemingly in development forever, the successor to the ever so popular Kerbal Space Program 1 is coming out to early access in February. So, what can we expect? It's said that this is the new generation of space adventure, with exciting new parts, stunning visuals, fully revamped UI and map view, as well as rich new environments to explore. Exciting to me especially, KSP2 is introducing colonies. Colonies include a whole new challenge involving resource gathering, building structures, space stations, and even more. There looks to already be a roadmap with various features to be implemented in the game later this year, so if you're at all interested in the game, feel free to check that out. But February 24th on PC is when we should expect to see Kerbal Space Program 2 launch into early access. 3 games to go, and for 3rd place I have Wild Hearts. This is a game that I feel like personally is going under a lot of people's radar, but I get it with EA as the publisher. Wild Hearts could have a ton of potential though. In case you're unaware, this game is a bit of a spin on the Monster Hunter formula. As you explore a fantasy medieval Japan and experience season-based hunting grounds, you're said to be in control of the hunt by crafting gears and weapons that will help you take down the giant monsters. If If you're the type to play these type of games solo, you can definitely do that. Otherwise, you have the ability to hunt with up to 2 friends via crossplay from PC to both consoles. Keep this game on your radar if you are at all into Monster Hunter style games, as Wild Hearts releases to PC, Xbox Series X and S, as well as PS5 on February 16th. So a little bit of a biased pick here as we approach the number 2 spot, but I'm pretty sure all PC fans will agree that number 2 goes to Returnal. Another game making its way onto PC after its release on PS5, and this time it's Returnal. Returnal originally released to PS5 almost 2 years ago on April 30th, 2021 to major acclaim. It is a third-person roguelike shooter with a full story and added co-op this time around, and without spoiling anything, it looks like it's a load of fun for anyone who loves bullet hells or roguelikes, and will surely release to high praise on PC as well. Returnal is releasing soon to PC on February 15th. So I bet you guys pretty much narrowed this one down. For number 1, we have Hogwarts Legacy. Despite all the controversy around this title right now, it looks to be an outstanding game, and one that could even contend for Game of the Year. Of course, it is way too early to call that one out for certain, but for the trailer and gameplay we've seen so far, this game looks outstanding. In the game, you're said to experience Hogwarts in the 1800s. Your character is a student who holds the key to an ancient secret that threatens to tear the wizardly world apart, make allies, battle dark wizards, and ultimately decide the fate of the wizarding world. I am super excited to get my hands on this one, as Hogwarts Legacy is releasing to just about every platform on February 10th. So which one of these games are you most excited for? For me, obviously it's Hogwarts Legacy, but I will go crazy over Returnal as soon as it releases. Is there anyone on this list that I left off that you disagree with? Be sure to sound off in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.